Well, I'm probably missing some really great views right now, but this is the only way that I really know how to get anywhere, how to make tracks, how to make headway, is go at night when the road is kind of like empty-ish, and the traffic is not so abundant, and I'm not getting sunburned, and I'm not getting freckles, and I'm not turning red, and I'm not getting skin cancer, and I'm not getting honked at, and I'm not getting yelled at, and I'm not getting looked at, and I'm not getting stared at, and I'm not getting this, and I'm not getting that, and I'm not and I'm not getting the other thing, and here's some kind of a mountain or something up on the left that I can't see, and I'm sure you definitely can't see. I really need that night vision camera, and I'm sure it's arrived a mere 3,000 or so miles from here. Oh, why? I'm waiting for drone delivery wherever I am, you know what I mean? Especially in Austin. I mean, wow. I want to be able to order food to go and have it delivered to my car when I'm in traffic, because it's just terrible. And just water sometimes, because you get really dehydrated. At least I can get really dehydrated driving around there, and that is really unhealthy to be in traffic and dehydrated. It's really dangerous. Big accidents could happen, you know what I mean? All kinds of things. Ooh, what's this coming up? Oh, so I'm driving supposedly east, I guess. I don't know why I have to go towards Sacramento to go north. But there you have it. Why did it take 2 weeks for this? This is what I planned when I was on the plane. This is all I could think about. Like, this is what got me through all that terrible turbulence, I was just thinking, when I land, I'm renting a car and I'm driving north. But I landed and it was freezing cold and I didn't have the right apparel. And it took me so long to get anything. It just took so long to get anything done. And then I got sick, and so... Plus, I found myself just so comfortable, so surprisingly comfortable in Monterey. So, I really didn't want to leave that area. Until I got bored. Which just happened basically today for the first time. And I felt inspired by the boredom to come north. Plus the oxymamamam, that is that homeopathic stuff. They make fun of their own name in the commercials, so I feel I have their permission to call it oxymamamam, which is actually how I asked for it in the store, and they knew what I was talking about. The store being Whole Foods, that is now owned by Jeff Bezos, who I guess saved it because they were in trouble. So while I was in that store, while I was in Whole Foods, but a different one, the one in Los Gatos actually, at the checkout, I started to write a poem to Jeff Bezos. And, the cashier, I told her that, and she didn't even want to hear it. She didn't even want to hear my poem. And then I saw her at the cafe across the street. And that cafe was Phil's. And I learned that Phil is Lebanese. And that's why you get a nice sprig of mint with every coffee or tea that you order there. I had the chai. It was wonderful, especially because I was having my period. I was having cramps. I was in pain. That's why I was there. I needed something warm. And why is it that I'm not supposed to talk about my period openly? What is that about? I've just never understood. Hello, it's a quarter of my life, and it is so painful and rich and abundant and bloody, but it's not blood that's coming out, even if there's blood in it. It smells of iron, And so I want to make a shirt, and the shirt is going to say, when I say make, I mean design, although I would like to make. I would like to print it myself. I don't know how to do that, although I could just write it on there. Anyway, the shirt will say, how am I doing? My body is ripping itself apart right now. How do you think I'm doing? So I actually told that to a cashier. The other cashier. The cashier at that Phil's Coffee, and she liked it. She said I should make that shirt. So I was like, yeah. because I was asking why there isn't a shirt like that, or something. Anyway, so there you go. Now, here's my poem to Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos, you save the post. Jeff Bezos, you make the most. That's it. Jeff Bezos, you saved the post. Jeff Bezos, you make the most. But I don't really know if he did save the post. But anyway, I think so. Or done something. He elevated it because apparently, now the post is like more on par with the New York Times. People are talking about it more. I didn't know that. But I was very impressed when it started to say democracy dies in darkness, and I didn't know he did that. Actually, I still don't know if he did that, but I think maybe. So, that's pretty cool. But I wrote that poem because, I keep giving him money. Every time I go to Whole Foods and I forget who owns it, I just think it's really great that it is a sign of these times that the wealthiest human on earth is interested in such an enterprise as Whole Foods. So I think that's wonderful. Like, wow, there was a time not long ago when that would not have happened, when someone like that would not have been interested in something like that, So I think that excuse me, is really great. And by the way, actually, my mom works really well. I only took it twice so far. The second time was just half an hour ago while driving. Yes, I had to find it and open it. Like, open the box, then open the other thing that's inside the box, and open that other thing that's inside there, and all of that while driving. I do a lot while driving. I should not do all that while driving. I should not be driving. I do not like driving. I like walking. Walking is the best. I would like to walk around the earth. I was very inspired by a certain friend of mine during high school who's her brother, her older brother, but I guess her youngest older brother, drove the SAG van for a woman who walked across Australia, and I was so impressed with that. Of course, I always wanted to do something like that. Either one, I could drive the van, I could do the walking. I'd prefer to do the walking, but driving the van, that's doing something. No, really, I would like to do the walking, though. Or that's what I thought at the time. Later, I thought I could drive the van. When I got more into driving, when I lived in New Mexico, you know what I mean? Where everything's about cars and everything. Let me tell you something. Holding this phone, this camera phone, whatever, my God, it hurts. It's uncomfortable. It's so heavy. It's digging into my hand. I just can't get it comfortable. And what am I doing? This is like really weird. Does anyone do this? No. Yeah, people make videos while driving of their face. But I'm showing you what I'm seeing as best I can. This is what's natural for me. Somebody at an art show that I was in Artomatic, the one in PG County, another one of the artists there. I just kind of called myself an artist, and I didn't mean to. I don't want that label. Okay, take it off me, take it off me, take it off me. Thank you. Anyway, one of the artists there, or one of the people exhibiting something or other there, came to see my display, my room. I had a whole room. It was great having a whole room. People came in there and they couldn't understand that all of these things were just from one person because they were so different. Like, I had fabrics, I had books, I had photographs that were printed on canvas that were mounted around wooden frames. Some of them I still have. I don't know what to do with them, and they're pretty cool, they're in storage right now. Anyway, this guy came into my exhibit, looked at my photographs, and said that I have an anonymous perspective on life, or an anonymous relationship to life. So that really upset me. And I didn't really know what that meant, but it is something that I've thought about a lot since then, and I could think about it right now saying, well, I I guess this is an anonymous perspective or approach or something to life, because I am not showing you my face. Of course, anonymity has to do with name, not face. But anyway, whatever. I don't know what he meant. He didn't explain. You know, a lot of people just say things. They don't explain. They don't think about it. A lot of times it doesn't have anything to do with the person they're talking about anyway. Anyway, so I don't know. Is this anonymous? Because, I mean, I feel that it's very personal. I'm showing you as best I can what I'm seeing. And I am talking the way that I naturally talk. I am thinking, I'm thinking aloud-ish, sort of like, or I'm connecting somehow my words with my thoughts. You know, I don't know exactly what I'd be thinking if I were not making this video right now, if I were just thinking to myself or whatever. But I don't really just think to myself, you know. I have conversations with people all the time. People who I've known, people who I do know, people who I do not know, people who do not exist. You know, I imagine going places and having conversations, and it's part of how I decide whether or not I would like to go somewhere sometimes, you know, frequently, more and more frequently. Like, why waste my time? I think about how it could go. So I make up people at the location that I've never been to, and I imagine things that they might say to me, and based on what they say and how I feel about it, I either do or don't go in so-called real life, you know? And I feel that this is very personal. Is this anonymous? I don't feel that most people share this intimately, so I don't know. Maybe I'm anonymous. Maybe I have more to protect than most people. Maybe I have more reason to protect myself because I am so open, and I feel that I am so porous, and I am so affected by people, and people have no idea. And I remember things, and I remember people from so long ago. You know, for me, it's not long ago. There's no such thing as time, and that's the name that Yogi Bhajan also gave me, was a name that has to do with that. It makes so much sense that I would be given a name that means beyond time. You know, because time just kind of like doesn't exist for me, and I wish it did. You know, so this guy, whenever I say this guy, people think it's someone like of a romantic type in relation to me. It's not. It just means a guy. Anyway, this guy, he's a teacher, a spiritual teacher. Maybe I don't feel like saying his name, okay? Now, if I don't say his name, I space out, and I forget, and I can't go on. I can't say what I was going to say about him without saying his name. But now if I say his name, will I remember what I was going to say? And then will I want to edit that from the video, or will I just end it? You know, edit it by ending it? Yeah, so, anyway, I'm not going to say it. City of Vacaville, that's apparently where I am. I'm on 80 going towards Sacramento. Oh, does that mean Sacramento? Gross. Ugh. Anyway, yeah. So I'm driving. I think I'm smelling pollution or something. I know that. Oh, Peabody. That's me. That's my body. I'm a P. Oh, Peabody Road. That's so sweet. Yay! That makes me happy. Thank you, Mommy, for calling me P. I am Sweet Pea. I am also Sugar Plum. I'm also Sweet Cakes. I have lots of great names. And you don't know true love, I'm sorry, until you have seen my mom and how her eyes light up when she sees me, and how much she smiles, and the wonderful, nice things she says to me. You don't know love. You don't. I'm sorry. You might think you know love, but you don't know love if you haven't seen my mom relating to me, looking at me, smiling at me, etc. And it is too bad. It is your loss. It is sad. There are so many people I've invited to do things with my mom, to come to, you know, holiday gatherings or whatever, and people just never do. It breaks my heart like you can't believe. And people tell me that Rockville is too out of the way when they live in DC. You know, or they live wherever. And it just makes me wonder, really? Is it really that far out of the way, or do you just not like me and you don't want to say it? Like, why am I so worthless to people? So in a way, I'm glad, because I don't want to be friends with anyone who can't bother to come see me if I'm a few miles out of the way. Because my God, I would go anywhere for anyone, and I have. And in fact, that's what I'm doing right now. In my head, I have a people map, and I would go anywhere to see people. But people are more about place than people, and that's a very new thing in the world, because, oh, look at that, I've got to turn somewhere in 500 feet, apparently. Isn't that interesting? So there's like this overland, the video, not the Elsa yet, I mean, but I think it's right that I've got to turn. I hope it's right. Yeah, it is, because I'm going to the right. Anyway, so it shows me on the screen, where I've got to go, and it's wonderful. It's not even interrupting me. Like, I thought you, my beautiful, precious, dearest audience, would be seeing that. And by the way, so I'm driving, I rented a Hyundai Tucson. You can say Tucson if you want, but that is incorrect. It is Tucson. Tucson. That is a name. I don't know what tribe. I don't want to just say Native American, you know what I mean? Because what is that? There's no such thing anyway. There's really no such thing as Native unless you're in Africa. I mean, as far as I know, that's where we started. So anyway, there's no such thing as Native. It's a joke. Sorry, everybody in the whole world. Excuse me, my tongue is itching. I'm trying to scratch it with my teeth. Yeah, that felt good. Plus, I have to look at all the signs of everything because it's just super interesting to me. I don't know why this is flashing red, but maybe it means that my video is about to end or something, so I'm just going to stop it for now. Okay, everybody, thank you for listening if you did, and I don't know, thank you if you didn't. Whatever. Bye-bye. Good morning. I suppose I could say good morning to actual Northern California, although there's still so much more of it, but how can people say that San Francisco is Northern California? That is something I've just never understood. It is central, just like Beersheba is really more the center of Israel than Tel Aviv is. So good morning wherever I am in California. It's just too bad, right? Because here, coming up on Mountain Gate Wonderland Boulevard, it's actually getting light out and you can see things and it's pretty. There's sky with clouds